Hey everyone, it's Donna again, and I want to just talk about, some minor chords. I'm not ready to teach you the minor chord pattern, which is different than the major chord pattern. We'll go into that later, okay? Minor chord pattern. Every major chord has a relative minor chord, okay? And I'll explain more about that later on. In some further like music theory little videos. But there's a couple of minor chords that I want to just kind of teach you. You've already learned one. One is E minor. Another one, okay, and E minor is just a really nice sounding chord. There's such beautiful songs written with minor chords, okay? Now, there's another chord that you should learn, and it's called A minor, all right? And I don't have a chord chart, of course, but I'm going to get up close so you can see. I'm putting my index finger on the second string. Hey, no, you out, go, no, go, out you go. Good job, Duke. So I'm sorry, A minor, I'm putting my second finger on the second string, second fret, sorry. Index finger, second string, first fret, okay? And then I'm putting these two fingers side by side on the next two strings, and that would be on the second fret, and that would be strings 3 and 4. So basically, there's A minor, so I'll go over it again. I wish I made a chord chart, but I didn't, all right? First finger is on the first fret, second string, second and third finger. Duke, out. You need to go, buddy. Good job. Go. No, you go out. I'll be with you in a minute. Go. Right now. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I have to take him out. You may sit. You may sit. Good job. Sit. Stand. He just sat. All right. So again, sorry about that. Index finger, second string, first fret. Okay, now the next two fingers, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, sorry, 2 and 3, side by side on the second fret, okay, on the third and fourth strings. All right, that's an A minor. All right. And the minor scales are not the same pattern as the major scales. So there's two minor chords that are very, very commonly used, all right? So there's E minor. You know that one from the earlier lessons if you watch those. If you know how to read chord charts, great. If you know now how to look up chord charts, and you don't remember, you don't follow this well because I don't have those overlays on this because I'm not high tech. Look up a chord chart for A minor. Does that sound nice? Have fun playing nothing. Just put your chords together. You can actually string those together with all right, well, okay, here's the 50s chord thing. Forget about A minor right now. Lots of songs use that pattern. It's G, E minor, C, and D. You know those, right? You know those. Now E minor and A minor. They are in so many cool folk songs and just really ballads and things like that. So let's see. C, haven't taught you this chord progression yet. That's a bar F, okay? There's also a modified F. But I haven't taught you that yet, so don't even try that yet, because there are some chords where you will have to be pressing down several strings with one finger, okay? And I'm going to teach you a way to learn that gradually, so you build up to playing a chord. I just muffled that. That's an F. That's a D minor 7th. Okay, so I'm pressing down my first and second strings with the this part of my index finger, which is unlike pressing down a single string. I'm having to press down 2. And then you can hear I'm buzzing because I don't have a capo on. It's always hard to play. So many guitarists like to capo up at least 1 fret, because it becomes a little bit easier to play. You don't hear the buzz now, right? So anyway, I'm getting way ahead of myself, but anyway, so E minor, A minor. How can this be an E minor? And I can't do it now because and that be an A minor when I do this? It can't. But we still call it an E minor because it's the shape of E minor. This is something to keep in mind. There is a difference between the name of a chord and its shape. Okay? So I can play the shape of G if I'm capoed up here. Shape of C. Shape of D, shape of G. Am I really playing a G? No. No. I'm playing, all right? I'm playing G, A, and that's a B flat. So I'm playing B flat, but it looks like the shape of G, okay? But it's a B flat. So I'm getting a little bit ahead, but so please, the point is, there is a big difference. We'll talk about this too. Chord shapes versus the name of a chord. So a chord will change names depending on where you're playing it with a capo. All right? That's really important. So you're going to want to be paying close attention to chord shapes, and then how to determine now what is the chord you're playing actually called by understanding your pattern. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. You can tell what the name of the chord is actually, even though you're playing it in the good old-fashioned shape that you learned it in. That's the shape of G. It is not G. That's a B flat. Don't worry about that for now. Just understand there's a difference between shapes and the actual chord that you're playing, okay? So that's it for now. All right, have fun.